Hey there, and welcome to another Dave Does video. So this is day one of something I'm going to do over the winter. So those that joined the channel last year, or saw the videos last year, I did this thing where, because of my work, I work in landscaping and gardening, etc. And I did quite a lot of, I talk about what I do over the winter because I don't do a lot of work over the winter due to the weather. So I have to kind of shut down. I do a few days a week if I'm lucky. The rest of the time I did a lot of music, and I'll intend to do some more. Last year I was focusing on recording. Now that I've got a new band, I'll be working with that quite a bit over the winter. But one thing I started last year was to try to recreate a game I'd started on a game called, or a platform called Game Guru, which is a fairly, it's for game creating for those that are not great at programming or don't know anything about programming. I want to create a bit of something for a bit of fun, and I created a game a few years back, or at least a level of a game which was quite fun to play, and then I lost all the footage when I changed computers and never started again because it was just so many hours was put into creating that one level and just learning how the system is. So I've got to go back and relearn this system, and I want to talk through the day one of the concept of what I'm going to try and do today. So here we go. Game Guru, Game Guru Classic. Had this for a few years. So basically it says I've done 23.1 hours of use. I think I've done more than that. I think I've used it more than that, but I'm gonna go into it, and I've done a little bit of a job. So the idea was just trying to work out, what did I want to do? Did I want to do multiple levels and do small areas, level at a time, which is what I may end up doing. But I thought I'd initially just try to get an idea of what I'm going to do on the map. And this is your top-down view. I'm just going to switch it to a different view, flight view. There we go. So that's your big open map to start of the game build. But I'm actually going to bring up open, and I've called the game I've called it Island Escape because it's the principle of what I'm going to try and do. So I kind of was, what do I want to do as a start point of like where you are, rather than being in some innocuous city. I kind of decided that the easiest thing was to set up a start point here. Just go over there. Come on. Why don't you move? Oh, don't want to do an entity. Sorry. This is the fun. See, so much fun. Okay. I'll do that. Come on. Wow, this is annoying. But basically, okay, it's doing something. There we go. The idea is you would arrive at the island. Now, I've built up walls around this platform just so that you can't really go anywhere else. And the idea will be is that you start here, and I'll put a load of concepts of stuff to block your way. Multiple, probably 4 levels, maybe 5 of content. And the idea is you need to get all the way this other end of the map, with increasingly harder obstacles on the way, to a final dock. And this dock will be built up with some sort of escape point. Needs to be almost like a little jetty or something going on here. So have all this off for the moment. But yeah, that'll be kind of your final escape point, and then you get out to freedom. That's the idea. Now what I need to do is kind of decide how it's going to populate. So from a ground level, just looking at it from ground level, because I've put the starting point where I think it would look like. Now we've got nothing in it. We've done no texturing or anything like that. We've just got the downstairs area. So that's your arrival. Obviously got lots of work to do. I've just leveled everything straight, so they've all got to be changed into slight peaks to make them not look so one-dimensional. But as you can see, you can move around it. There's the water. You see much about the water. There's the gate in, and I'll try. This will all be then built up with buildings, stuff like that, and ways to make it very difficult to get to the end. Lots of hiding places, and as you go through the buildings, the streets, work your way through it. Pick up better weapons. Start off with like lower end weapons as you go through. And we'll have endpoint start points blocking, so probably put some buildings across so you can't get past it. That will be the end point of the game. then move on to the next stage, come out and teleport. Now I think it's meant to be easier, that you don't build an entire game in one level because of a rendering issue, so I may end up just doing sections by sections, but I wanted to kind of build an idea of what I wanted the map to look like. So today I'm probably going to try and see if I can kind of get some basic concepts in and make at least a starting point of maybe the first scene, and that's my kind of plan for the next day. Spend an hour or two just kind of building up some ideas around that, and then hopefully then over the next, during December mainly, and January, I'll have more time to do some work on this. But I heard that's day one of trying to build a computer game.